Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome to our channel. In this video we will perform login operation, and we will design a new form for login operation, and we will then perform complete login operation in this entire video. In the previous video we have successfully implemented delete operation, and now we will perform login operation. So go to Solution Explorer. Inside our forms folder, I right click, add a new folder, and rename this new form, and rename this form as login form. And right click and view code, and I'll change this one template form. Control Shift B for building a project, and now our login form is looking better. Now I'll go to properties and change login simply, and I'll also now I will create some controls in this form. First control, I'll create a picture box. I'll drag it over here. I need this picture box, and next I need a label, and also I need a text box, and also I need a button in this form. Okay, so select all of this one, go to properties and change the font size properties to 12. Okay, fine. Next I'll set this picture as, I think this size will be much better. Resize this one. Okay, now I'll set it over here. Rename this tag label as username, and then I'll copy and paste it one more time and set it as password. Okay, and I'll drag this username from here, resize little bit, and go to, and I'll set password over here, and I'll also copy this one, move little bit above this one also, and after this I'll create two buttons over here, one for login and one for close or exit, you can say. And now I'll change this text to exit app, and I'll rename this button as exit button, and I'll rename this as login button, and also change the text of this button as login. Done. Next I'll select a picture from a directory. So first go to program.cs and set the startup form as login form, and start your application again. Look at this, our picture border is not looking, and our cursor is focused on this text box, and it is focused aligned at the left side. I want to align into center of these text boxes, and I want to set focus on this text box, and also I want to display the border style of this picture box. So first thing, I'll right click on this picture box, logo picture box, rename this picture box and set border style property to fixed single. And now select both of these by pressing Ctrl and clicking on them. Go to properties and text align, change it to center. Also right click on this text box and set tab index to 0, then 1 for this, then 2 for this, and simply 3 for this. Okay, so start again, looking much better. Now I'll select this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, and I'll go to format, center in form horizontally. So these controls are horizontally aligned to our form. Next I'll select these buttons, go to properties, and I'll change flat style to flat, looking better. Now I'll select pictures for both of these buttons and also for this picture box. So right click on this button, go to properties and select image, and you can follow. You copy this one. This is looking better. Now it is displaying text image relation as overlay. Change image before text, looking better. So, and right click on this one and select image as well, and this time I'll choose image which will be better for exiting our application. So this is much better. Click on this one and also change the text image relation to image before text. Okay. So instead of using simply login, I'll use login to app. So this is looking much better. Now finally I'll select an big size image for this login. So I'll choose image, then import. Let me find out image. So I have downloaded an image from internet. I have also modified that one little bit. Open up and okay. So if this image doesn't seem so, exactly, you can change size mode, normal or stretch or auto size or center or zoom. So I am good with this stretch image. Okay, so this is our login form. Start again and check. It is looking much better and little bit professional. So we have designed our login form. Now we'll perform coding related to this login form. First of all, I write code for this exit application. So double click on this one, resize this one little bit, and I'll write application dot exit. Okay, and next I'll go to properties and I'll change the name of these text boxes. Username text box and password text box, login button and exit button. So I'll double click on this one. First of all, I'll validate my form is form valid, and I'll generate this method control dot period generate this one, and I'll go to my users form. So I can copy the validation code from there, and I have this validation code over here. We don't want to tell the user that you should enter 50 characters or something else in the login form, but we should validate our username and password. So if username is empty, then username is required, and copy one more time and set it out for password as well. Okay, and change this one to password is required, then password text box, and finally return true. Okay, and after this, as we are getting data from our database, we need to create a connection with our SQL database, and we need to create some store procedures. But this after all of this, this is the read operation, and we have already create read operation inside our existing form, so I can reuse code from there as well. We can copy code from view where we are fetching data, view roles form, and I'll go to load data into data grid view. So copy this one and I'll reuse this code over here inside our login form. So if form is valid, then paste that code and we'll modify this code. First, import namespaces using system.data.sql client, and also for our connection string class okay, but this time our username should be different. And obviously we are also passing two parameters for our login form, cmd.parameters.add with value, and first parameter at username and value will come there, and paste it one more time for password. And I'll specify username dot text dot trim, and also for password, but we are using encrypted password. We should call our secure data class to generate the encryption for this one, and that encryption then will be verified to our database. So I'll call my secure data class dot encrypt data, and I'll pass this password textbox dot text dot trim. If you are following this tutorial series, then definitely you understand this class. Okay, so we are using SQL data table because we don't want to display data over here, but let me use as it is, because we will need this data table in our upcoming videos where we'll be performing information related to user privileges and stuff like that. So after storing data into SQL reader, I'll check if str.has rows, then I'll load data into my data table and simply messagebox.show login successfully. Okay, and then I'll write else statement, and I'll messagebox dot show username or password is incorrect. Then I'll specify wrong authentication failed, and then buttons dot OK and icon dot error. Okay, so let's create a show procedure which will receive these two parameters. So right click on show procedure, new, and show procedure, create procedure USP, and then I'll call users, then verify login details, and let me rename this one. Okay, and we are using two parameters for this show procedure, one for username and voucher of type size 50, and then add password and voucher of 50, and then I'll use simply as begin and end, and then you can simply select hash from our table because we are not simply use static for simplicity. This login store procedure might be complex, and you can add your own validation logics because this is the beginner tutorial series and I am happy with the basic approach. Username and password, let me drag it up from here, equals to this one. And remember, we have already select star from users where username is equals to this and password equals to this, but if you remember, we have set this is active state, and we should specify, we should allow only active users to log in, and I'll specify and is active equals to 1 stands for 2 in SQL, so only activated users can access our application. Click on execute button over here, copy this to procedure name and paste it over here. Done. And now start your application and type John, and then let me change this default behavior of text box as well. go to properties and use system password character as true. Okay, now really I don't remember the password which is stored inside this table, and I cannot use this admin password because we are using our secure data class to encrypt this password. Okay, so our next user is Mark Smith, and I don't know the password for Mark Smith. Let me try Mark Smith and Mark Smith. Click on login successfully. I successfully remembered that from Mark Smith. And if I type wrong password over here, click login, username or password is incorrect. Okay, this is how you can create login form for your application. And once again, remember, you can make complex login form store procedure for your own application. If you require some guidance related to security or making this store procedure complex, you can contact me. But as I already told you, this is a beginners series, so I don't wanna introduce a lot of complexity over here. Thank you so much for watching. We'll meet again in the next video, where we'll create another form called dashboard form. Instead of displaying this login form successfully, we'll display the dashboard form, the main menu form. Okay, thank you so much for watching. We'll meet again in the next video. Take care of yourself. Allah Hafiz. Assalamu alaikum. And remember again, sorry, we are using this DT roles. This DT roles we don't need this DT roles right now at this time and this data table, but we will use this data table in our upcoming video. So that's why we need this one. Obviously we need this one, and I'll show you in our upcoming videos why I'm using this data table and this DT roles over here. Thank you so much for watching. We'll meet again in the next video. Take care of yourself. Allah Hafiz. Assalamu alaikum.